Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? I'm doing wonderful down here. It's a Saturday afternoon and I have had a really good day. Had ice cream all through the morning. Had some mango ice cream to start the day and then had some banana ice cream. I was pretty well full, but then I went to meet some friends for lunch. Had some friends that are visiting in town and I went to meet them for lunch. One's a really good friend, spent a lot of time with down here when I first got down to Costa Rica, and she moved back to the States about 10 years ago, and she's down here with her husband and two kids. First time I got to meet her two kids. Her two kids are delightful also. Little girl just blew me away. Little girl is not even 4 yet, about 3 and a half, 3 3/4. And she was dancing, kind of doing some ballerina type stuff, and at first I'm like, oh, this is just a kid playing, but there was music going, and this kid had music in her. And as I watched her dancing and making up her own choreography, I'm like, this kid's got skills. Now she has started going to some dance classes, but it's mostly just a self-talent. The little boy, he's very bright, he's about 6, he's a redhead, and very inquisitive, very interested in all the animals and wildlife down here. And then I saw two friends I haven't seen in forever because they're parents. I can relate to the one guy, but I'm glad it's him, not me. He's about my age. Actually, he's a year older than me. He's about 52. And he's got a little girl that's just about to turn 2, and she's adorable. And she kind of fell for her old Uncle Jack. She likes me, and they said that she doesn't take to men all that much. But me and her, we had a really good little connection, and I had a good time with her. But it was a nice seeing some friends today, getting out of the house. I don't socialize or get out enough, but I do have good quality key friends, and I should get out and see them more. Anyhow, talking about today, low energy. Well, now this is going to be a simple one. You're going to be like, well, yeah, probably, but I had never really thought of this before. Earlier this past week, that's when I started thinking about this video. I was having a day at work, and I was at work, and it was about 4 hours to yoga class. You know, I do my yoga classes where I work because there's yoga there, and that's part of my deal working. So it's about 4 hours until yoga, and I've eaten something, and then I'm like, okay, well, I think I've eaten probably. I probably won't eat again. And then I just had a real, I got up and I had no energy. And I've had this a few times, not very often, but a few times to where I kind of question, I'll just have a day where it's just almost like no energy whatsoever. And that day I was like, what is up with this? I eat this lifestyle, I live this lifestyle. Why would I have these no energy days? And I wasn't really hungry, so I just said, but then I started thinking a little bit, and I was like, okay, well, you ate all your bananas today, no smoothies. I didn't feel all that noticeably thirsty, but I said, okay, well, you know what, and I kind of even felt a little bit, it was almost to the point of not even just low energy, but just felt a little kind of that queasy, just didn't feel great. So what I did was I just started pounding water, and I took about this same size. I have another bottle that I keep at work, and I had it filled. This is about 28 ounces. And I just downed the 28 ounces, I just said, okay, let's get some water in me. And I downed the 28 ounces, and then I refilled my bottle, and then I started to sip on that second bottle. Well, it was almost like, if you've ever even noticed, there's some plants that they can get so wilted and you water it, and it can almost just, or within the next, 6 to 8 hours, it just blossoms, or just comes back up, comes back to life. Well, that's what I felt like. I just felt like, I know. I've talked about this before. I've been trying to get myself there to be consistently hydrated all the time. And I just, something slips my mind. I never put my whole healthy fitness thing together. I forget, or, I'll have a busy day. Like I say, that was a day normally 2 things would take care of that. I was on a kick for the longest time, probably 6, 8 months, maybe even a year, where I was drinking about 64 ounces of orange juice a day. So even if I got busy, blah, 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 doing this and doing that, I had a good half gallon of liquid in me, and I generally didn't get too low on hydration. Well, on those days when I get busy, I've just kind of gotten to where, I don't know, that much juice isn't working for me, and I don't necessarily have orange juice every day. So on the days that I haven't had juice and I'm busy or whatever, and I have some nice cream in the morning, this, that, and the other, anyway, I hadn't drank water. And, you know, I just never had really put two and two together before. I mean, I know we need to stay hydrated, and I'm a little geek. As soon as I was thinking about this video, I looked up, why do we need to stay hydrated, just to see if they talked about, and I didn't find anything. I just went to a few websites, but I didn't find anything in there talking about needing hydration for your energy or your energy level. But I think the proof is what I feel, and as I thought back, I try to think back, and I can't say I can remember for sure, but I try to think back to some of the times where I've been low energy and what the circumstances were, and if those times too, if I was underhydrated. And most of the time, yes, I think I was. You know, we need to stay hydrated for a lot of reasons. It helps the heart pump more. It helps the heart more easily pump blood through the blood vessels to the muscles. Helps maintain the body's temperature, removes waste, lubricates the joints, helps you with your elimination, and now I'm thoroughly convinced that it helps you with your energy level. And I've heard people talk about that before. There's some little catchphrase or whatever, or no, maybe not. It's just like, I've heard people say you're not sick, you're thirsty. And I think a lot of times low energy is almost a form, or it's very hard to tell the difference between that and sickness. So, you know, low energy is a sort of sickness to me because it prevents me from doing what I need to do. So I'm just, you know, and what happened was that I think that was just the final slap in the face. I don't know why I'm so slow to getting around to solving problems sometimes. I'm a lazy SOB. But immediately what I did, and I'm going to the States in about 10 days, it's time for that trip again. And I've already, and listen, I ain't going to discuss water. I've been in groups before where, Jesus Christ, you've got people, it's almost like they've got it down, you know, this person said, no, you can't use this kind of water, and this system is not good, and this doesn't, blah, 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 blah. So I just try to do the best I can. I'm going to drink a lot of distilled water when I'm in the States, and I'm going to buy this, it's not expensive, you know, I have to watch my money. I can't go out and always buy all these expensive toys, but I'm just going to buy this little, it's about $25 Brita filter system. May not be ideal, may not be the best, but it's going to help a lot, because that's why I don't drink enough water, I don't keep enough water around, is I'm always thinking about, okay, well, I'll be at the school where I work in a little while, and and we have a filter on the tap there. We got a decent filter system, and I'll get water there. So I end up not drinking because I'm like, well, I don't want to drink the tap water, but I need to be hydrated. I'm almost thinking that as bad as tap water probably is, it's probably worse not to be hydrated than it is to be hydrated with tap water. So what I need to do, I'm going to get my Brita system, and I'm going to consistently have filtered water. Number two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more either jars or some bottles or something that I can keep, not just one of these, but plenty of this and all the time. I have to have water. I have to have things that I need have to be right in my face. They have to be easily accessible. I'd like to have like 3 or 4 of these in the refrigerator, put one on my desk where I'm working, have it with me, drink it. As soon as that one's done, refill it, put it back in the refrigerator, pull another one out. Always have water beside me. If I always had water beside me, I would drink the water because I like drinking water. Half the time it's just the fact of not getting up to go get it, or just if it's not there, out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, I'm convinced, and I'm not going to let my energy level get like that anymore. And I'm going to make water a priority. Anyhow, I just thought that might just be a little something I would share with you, because I'm sure that there's times we can all forget to be hydrated, and sometimes we don't put 2 and 2 together. Like I say, I knew you always need to be hydrated. I've been trying to beat that into my head for the last 6, 8 months, a year. But I didn't really equate not being hydrated with a lower energy level. And also sometimes too, like my thirst, the feeling of thirst isn't a real good indicator for me, because I wasn't all that thirsty that day. It wasn't like I was thirsty and just didn't have a chance to get to the water. I just, you know, my body just told me that I wasn't hydrated, and I wasn't. As soon as I got that water, you know, like I say, I pounded the first 28 ounces and then probably drank another 28 ounces by the time yoga class rolled around. Solved the problem. That was a very good yoga class that day. I had energy the whole way through. And a lot of times I don't. even though I didn't, even though I don't necessarily get to the point of feeling like I did that afternoon low energy, a lot of times I get, I just kind of flip, I don't know. And it's hot here. It's crazy hot where we do yoga. There's no air conditioning in there. And, yeah, I'm just going to put this water as a priority. Because it opened my eyes to see how much easier life can be, how much easier these yoga classes can be if I just stay hydrated all the time. Anyway, not a whole lot of value today. Just wanted to check in with you on the weekend. I like these weekend chats that are a little just rambling. Anyhow, hope you guys are having a good day. Still half the weekend left. Even Saturday's not over, so for me, right now as I'm speaking, more than half the weekend is left. What else? Oh, got a young lady coming to look at the room tonight. So that would be exciting to get a new roommate. And she's actually a yoga teacher, she told me. I answered one of my ads on Craigslist yesterday, so I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that. She's written back and forth 4 or 5 times just in the last day. So I'm thinking she's serious, and that would be some good energy to have a yoga teacher in the house. And she answered my ad. I put different ads on Craigslist, and this one was vegan roommate. We're looking for a vegan roommate. Now, I won't reject her if she's not a vegan, but it would really be nice if she was, or if she's interested in this lifestyle. Anyhow, I'll keep my fingers crossed. Hope you guys have a good evening. Hope you have a good rest of the weekend, and love each and every one of you. Peace.